Hello and welcome back to the Shmuseum, where today we're focusing on the STO and it's time for a big change. I think this one's going to be quite controversial, don't you, Brad?
Yeah, basically it's time to switch up the yellow. Now Tim sent us a message and he basically said, guys, the yellow has basically done its job. You know, Richard Hammond has now seen it, reacted to it. We need to try something a bit different. And he didn't give us a colour choice. He said, Brad, Tom, surprise me. You pick what colour we're going to put them to.
Which I am very shocked about, the fact that we now have control of effectively the spec of a Shmee150, or at least part of the spec of a Shmee150.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal for us.
It's quite a responsibility, and I think we've been agonising over various colours. Do we go for something a bit more subtle that blends, which, you know, like when it had the black? Do we go something equally as Larry? Do we go bright orange? Do we go blue? We've had so many different conversations as to what we can do, and I think we have come up with quite a clever solution on this one, actually.
We have, and I don't think we should say anything about it yet, but obviously this is like wing end plates, the rear diffuser has it, the snorkel has it, side skirts, and obviously the sort of moustache over the front.
Yeah.
Is Tim going to like it, actually? That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know, because, well, there is something else as well, which we haven't yet told you, but Tim has asked us to change the colour of the accents. We might be going a little bit further. I think we'll wait till we get to the guys at Dub Customs, which is obviously where we're going to be going to do the unwrap and rewrap of this. But we might be asking them to look at something else along with someone else.
Sorry, Tim.
Sorry, Tim. Yeah.
This is exciting. This is really exciting. I guess without further ado, though, we should probably... Have you got a key?
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Hopefully. Well,
there we go.
You've got a key. You should jump in this. We're actually bringing the Transit up as well for our last pink and yellow combo drive, so I'm going to jump in the Transit.
I'm actually genuinely quite gutted now that we've just got the pink and yellow Transit, specifically to match this, because remember that the Transit, when it first arrived with MSRT, or when we first discussed it, had no graphics on the car at all. And we said to them, do you mind putting the yellow graphics on to match this? And now we're about to take the yellow graphics off of this.
But maybe we have to call up MSRT and go, guys, do you mind if we put the new colour on that?
Do we give them a small hint? I'll tell you what I will tell you. I know you don't want me to give the colour away.
Oh no, go on.
The colour we're going for is not a colour that MSRT currently offer in their decal pack. So that's a bit of a clue potentially for you guys. If you've been on the MSRT configurator and know what colours are available, it's not one of those.
Now it's time for a cold start. Now you may be wondering, that's still there because I haven't got around to servicing yet, but the STO is looking incredibly clean. Now we had Phil from Wash the Detail come around, he did this, this, and this, which you would have just seen photos over here of each one having a wash. So they are now all nice and clean. But yeah, let's jump in this and hit the road. We have arrived at Dub. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the GoPro to work, so I've got no clips of us on the road, but we've made it with these two. The amount of attention that they get is ridiculous. Like, there is no words to describe it. That on its own is bold. It stands out, everyone stares at it. Then when you've got this following right behind it, it's like people just realise that because of the little accents, the yellow on here and the yellow on that, people go, hang on, yeah, maybe these two are together. Let's let them go together. Like when Tom comes out a lane, someone would then flash me out to go and join in. It was kind of a weird experience, but really cool to have them out for, I guess, the final time in matching specs, which is fun, unless, you know, maybe MSRT lets us play around with this again. Who knows? But yeah, the final time these two are matching in pink and yellow as we remove this. And then I guess we should probably show you what colour we have gone for. Teaser, it's pretty bold. And then we can explain why we've brought the van and what the next steps are, because yeah, this is going to be pretty wild. Taking a quick break from these two very bright vehicles, to come and look at this sorry sight. Tim's official first car is Renault Clio 1.2. Like, we need to figure out what we're doing with this. There's, I think, some bush in there from something. Is that like a strut maybe, suspension? I don't know.
PPF might need replacing on this bit.
Oh yeah, true, PPF. Maybe we should re-PPF that bit.
Yeah.
A bit of T-cut down here, that would help on that bit, I think.
Yeah, I think Godlemans could probably sort this bit out. There we go, yeah. Yeah.
And then maybe Quicksilver can do an exhaust for it, because the exhaust is definitely battered, I think.
Yeah, I think
Into Dub we go. This is cool, onto their new like ramp systems here. And then we'll be able to get this up. in the air to start being wrapped.
Now we should probably explain what's going on. The car's now on a ramp, and I have a little tool in my hand that's in a bit of plastic. Now the reason I have this, just you have a look there, is to pop the center caps of the wheels off, which, there we go, somewhere just in there.
Very nice.
I can get the center caps off.
And pop that in the car.
Now if I pop this in here safely out the way, we've done all of the other ones as well. Now you may be wondering why. And we did say back at the Shmuseum, we might be going to do something else that Tim hasn't asked us to do, but we're going to do it. So the guys are going to get this up on the lift here. We're going to get all 4 wheels off, hence the reason for bringing the Transit along. And we're going to put them in the back of the Transit and head over to the guys at Whoops Will Fix It, where they will be changing the colour of these wheels to match the vinyl we've picked.
Yeah. So when I said outside, this could be kind of controversial.
Yep.
We are matching whatever colour we go for with the vinyl. So the yellow's coming off, whatever we replace that with,
yep,
the wheels are going to be in a matching colour. So
yes. There was talk of doing each wheel a different colour, but I think that's a bit extreme. So we'll try and keep an element of, I don't want to use the word class because it's really not going to be classy, but we'll try and keep an element of it not being too chavvy. And yeah. But anyway, I guess it's time for this one to go up, get all 4 wheels off, and then we can see some of the yellow come off, show you guys the new wrap colour, and head over to the guys at Whoops.
There we go. Perfect. Nice to get the wheels off, and I guess even for wrapping it actually helps to have it a little bit higher up, which is good. While the boys start cracking on, we've got Cofango being opened. Obviously we've got the yellow wrap on the front, and I've got the key, which we can use to pop open the engine cover. So that should push in and twist, and then we have a release over Tom's side that pull the latch, and this can slide out. These guys work way too quick for us. We've literally got 1 wheel off already, and being near side front, so we know exactly what goes where. Obviously we'll take this to Whoops and it can go straight down to be painted essentially. This is going very, very well. So once these are off, I guess we can start removing bits of the wrap.
Is this where we show them the colour we're going, or do we keep them waiting?
I think we can get ready to show. It's on the rear wing currently. Maybe we should have a quick cut and go and grab it, and we'll come and show it up at the front of the car.
Okay, let's do that. So I now have the sample book here, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you because I've not helped you guys at all in guessing which we're going for. I guess
so many options here.
I guess it's clear it's one of these.
Do we go for like this really bright blue? Could that would actually look quite cool, I think. I'm not gonna lie. Should we just show that near the
let's come down.
Come away from the yellow, so we're not gonna have any yellow up on the main part.
There we go.
That's quite cool, you know. Viola Bass with blue Montpellier Brilliant.
Yeah, or do we go for Zeus Gold Gloss? That would be very interesting.
Beige,
actually,
that's what we should do.
Oh, beige.
No, I don't know about that. Do we reveal exactly what it is? You turn away from me and you get exactly which one it is up on its own. And
right, hang on.
We'll have a look.
We'll put a cut in and then come back because they might see. They might. This is it.
Is that the one?
This is the one.
So, we should probably explain, actually quickly first, sorry, another reason why the yellow's coming off is there's a few little marks on it. It's been on some track days. It's got some stone chips. It's driven obviously throughout Europe. So that's another reason for it coming off. Now, the new colour. I'm going to give a little hint, I think.
Okay.
And say that obviously Tim is very good friends with James, the Stradman.
Yes.
James has quite a bold choice and taste in cars. Probably a bit bolder than Tim.
At this moment in time, I suspect everyone is in the comments now having correctly guessed the right colour. But for those of you who haven't, there we are. We are going polar white gloss for all of the accents.
This is basically like the brightest white we can find to do it. So we're going to have white wheels with white accents all over the Viola Bass STO. This is going to be pretty bold, and as the Stradman would say, we are joining the white wheel army. And
what is also happening here, thanks to the guys at Dub, I've just had a conversation with these guys, and as much as you think this is a really, really bad idea, we're going to do some other stuff that Tim doesn't know about. So the guys here on the 675 did some lovely pinstriping in a silver colour, and I think we continue that theme here. So I'm not going to point out where or what. I think we'll come back to that one when we come to collect the car, but there will be some pinstriping going on as well. And the beauty of that is if Tim doesn't like it, we can just peel it straight off, right?
Yeah.
It's wrap, it's not permanent, it's not paint.
That's exactly the same with when we get the wheels fully refurbed, right? You know, we just peel it back Oh, wait, yeah.
That's slightly more permanent, admittedly. However, again, thanks to the guys at Whoops, we can change them back to black. Hey, call me Amy. We can go back to black.
Good.
Anyway, that was a really bad joke. I'm sorry, guys. But, so it's not permanent. So I think we're going to do a little bit more than Tim is expecting.
Sorry, Tom. I can hear.
Oh my God, they do not mess around.
That's a full, like, side still, basically done.
We get a lot of people ask us, can you wrap on top of PPF? And obviously we've done Tim's GTR, and we wrapped on top of PPF.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine, and obviously you can see.
Oh, of course, with the,
ready.
yeah, when you guys put all the shapes over it, like the camouflage.
I'm not sure whether it's going to stay on, the PPF's going to stay on, but it does absolutely fine, as you can see.
This is so cool. Actually, this strip just on the bottom is quite nice, just on its own. Just this,
that's now coming.
Just this side skirt. But having the full thing, it just makes it so bold and fits in with everything else that we have going on.
But again, Brad, this is now giving me ideas. Do we leave that bit off and just do this bit in white? Or do we go the whole lot again? Options. So many options. We might be here a while.
I'm liking this.
Do you know what? When we first decided on the colour, there was a part of me that thought, what can we think of that's going to look even worse than the yellow? Because then ultimately, as a reflection point, the yellow doesn't look so bad. I actually think we've done a good job.
I quite like it.
Anyway, we're making progress.
We're making progress. The front's coming off as well. This is ridiculous, fair play. This is so cool to see. Just back to Viola Bass here, we've obviously got the matte or satin black lower sort of side skirt along there. It looks good without, oh, we're going back to this old thing, but it looks good without the yellow one. Really good, but then, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Everyone seemed to prefer this before the yellow, then it's grown on a lot of people, it's grown on me, but there is something about it without all of the boldness, just Viola Bass, yellow details, you know, brakes, obviously the interior bits that look pretty cool. But we're gonna go white. We are going white, which is gonna be super, super fun. And these, which I guess we should probably load up into the van very shortly and get them over to Whoops. Time to open up the Transit. Actually, if we pop that forward a bit, we'll do the magic trick of getting that open on this side and then get some wheels in. Okay, so I think we're gonna pop the rears all the way to the back. Hopefully we can make these fit in nicely. Oh, we might be okay. Let's have a look. Let me just swap around this side. See, Transit's practical. Wouldn't have got these in anything else.
Perfect.
Not bad, there we go. Wheels are in, ready to go to Whoops. Quickly before we go, one last look. We obviously have now the exposed satin carbon on the sort of engine bay cover. We have the actual colour we're going for here, the white, which looks pretty good. Polar white gloss, that's pretty fun. And then we have a Huracan STO, back to how it looked when Tim took delivery down at Pangbourne just over a year ago, a year and a bit ago. There is no more yellow on this car. Kind of a weird look to now see it without, but it does look pretty nice still. So yeah, we're about to change that by going bold, going white all over, maybe with a few extra details, and then obviously we're going to have the white wheels. And yes, we've spoken to James, the Stradman, who has given his approval, just to clarify, which you can see just here. This is going to be super, super cool. Anyway, let's get to Whoops before it gets too dark, and then we can start watching the process of them transform into white. We have arrived at Whoops. We have a very nice 600 LT there, and over here we have the Transit. Let me just come through and open back up, where we can start getting these wheels out and inside. But I think we've made the right call. Super bright white on the wheels, and then we get to join the white wheel army. And hopefully Tim isn't too upset. We'll have to jump on a video call or something at some point in a few days' time and see what he actually thinks of the Huracan STO once we finish modifying, customizing, whatever you want to call it. Tim is in a modifying spree at the moment. 4GT exhaust, and now Huracan. The wheels are out. So, Simon, thank you for helping us out with this fairly last minute request.
Absolute pleasure. What a lovely wheel as well.
They're so intricate, and I'm sure they're going to be really fun to spray. But this is where I probably need to tell you what colour we've chosen, because so far you don't know. So we are going for a pretty bright white. White, yeah. And obviously you guys have seen the Huracan before. It's a very bright pinky purple, had all the yellow accents which are about to come off, and they are going white as well. So we're going for white accents and white wheels. What do you think?
It's different. It's different, but
that's what we like.
That's what we like, yeah. We're up for a challenge. So what are we doing? Creamy white or brilliant?
No, I think we need to go for something quite bold.
So bright white.
Yeah. Perfect.
Let's do it.
I guess we should start getting tyres off either tonight or tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, get them off, get them stripped, and paint them Thursday, I think.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be back tomorrow morning to come and see some tyres off and being stripped, and then we'll have some white wheels. And we have arrived at Whoops Will Fix It once again. As I've turned up, we have tyres literally being taken off right now. Ready to go. The guys at Dub obviously popped some tape on them so we know which tyre goes where. Whoops would do that anyway normally. We've got tape, it's got Shmee150 on it so we know whose that they are. Not that we're going to know, well, not they're going to go anywhere else, obviously. And then we have the first tyre starting to come off of the wheel over here. Tyres are all there, and through this way we have the final wheel coming round, and then we can show you the machine. Super exciting. These are just here, ready to go. This is going to be so cool. Right, Adam, let's have a chat about your new machine. This is from Refinishes.
Yes, yeah, so it's our new machine. Old one's gone. Had a lot of issues with that one. We've taken on this new heat stripping tank from RS Pro Finish. It's actually first of its kind.
Okay.
It's in trial at the moment with us, so I can't go into too much detail about it, but it's new of its kind.
Okay, so
there's not one out there like this.
This is like a bit of a test then for you guys to see how it works, and I guess for the company to experience, does it work in the environment that you guys put it in?
Yeah, off record, it's been in working for like 6 months with them.
Okay.
But this is the first time it's working in an actual working workshop full time.
Cool.
And we're happy to be part of that.
And so far, it's working well for you?
Touch wood, yeah, it's been with us for a week. It's working fine.
Perfect.
But we've got a lot more testing to do.
Okay, so far we've got 2 wheels inside ready to go. Shall we pop it open and get some other wheels in? So is it just a case of press a button?
That's it.
Oh, nice. And opens up.
All the way up. And then, wheels go straight in. Easy to load in, not like the other ones, much more safer.
Yeah, so for people that are new viewers or don't remember, your old one was a full like dunk tank.
Yeah, dunk
all the way in.
And like completely safety, like gloves on, goggles, mask on. Whereas in this, as you can see, pretty safe. Literally straight in, no real issues with this. Other 2 wheels are in already. We're just loading them up. So that's ready to go.
And okay, so what? Shut the door and off it goes?
Door down now, so.
That's so cool.
That's it. That's all locked in now. Set for a timer. Gonna run it for like 2.5 hours, I'd say. Hopefully, the way things are going, that should trip.
I guess then we'll let this run for 2.5 hours. Come back and basically take the wheels out and see how they look.
Yeah, that's it. See how it goes.
The machine is still going, not too long left. But over here we have a white BMW M4 wheel. Now this has been painted in the white that we are going for on the STO wheel. So it gives us a bit of an example of how they're going to look. Obviously this one is a very similar design, lots of spokes, lots of angles to it, but I think this looks absolutely amazing. So cannot wait to see these being painted and then get them back on the car tomorrow. Up it goes, and we have stripped out wheels. Pretty exciting, and those bits, as you can see, should all come off once we get the pressure washer on them. So yeah, I guess time to start pulling these out, giving them a rinse, and then we're good to go. Wheel out, there we go. See 2 little bits there which will blast off, which is the next process. Pressure washer out, just to blast it down, clean it off. There we go. There is the Huracan STO wheels out, looking absolutely lovely in their sort of raw finish. So we've now got Kay here, giving them a blow off just to remove any bits of water, any dust, whatever it is over the wheel. And then we can get it prepped into the shop blaster. Next up then, into the shop blaster. They've been dried, they've had their rinse down, into the machine. Obviously we've got all the shot here, ready to get blasted around it. All in here. So cool to come back behind the scenes and watch this process. There we go. Salt bay on it, ready to go. Close the door, buttons on here, lock the door, start. Lovely stuff. And there are the wheels, all prepped, every single one, shot blasted, prepared, ready to go. Okay, into the animal the wheels go. So we've got the first 2 all the way in. You can just about see them down there, that one in, and then we have the final rear to go in. All taped up. Yeah, they're going through. They'll come all the way around the other side, namely called the Animal because it is a huge contraption. Ovens, we've got the spray booth. We have spray booth here obviously for what you do with paint and the lacquer at the end. This end you have the primer. But I believe because the paint we're using is just a one coat product, we come straight in here and this is where we're going to be painting it straight away. So the white will instantly go on here and then it will come through to here and then it will get lacquer to get a lovely finish like the one of the M4 wheel that I showed you just over there. Here we go, time to make these white. Looks pretty cool. A very satisfying process this. And the cool thing is right there is one being painted, but right here is one that Kay has already done. That is looking lovely. Really excited to see all of this come to life. Time for the next process, the lacquer. Kay is in the booth just getting that painted on now. Obviously this is what basically transforms it and gives it that really high-end finish. This is exciting. But I think for now, I'm gonna leave the guys here with this. I'm gonna head home. Tomorrow morning, I'll be back. We'll see the tyres go on. We'll head over to the Dub, get them fitted up, and then we can get the car put back together and surprise Tim. I cannot wait. Welcome back to What's Will Fix It, and here we have the finished product of our wheels. And I don't know if it's just me, but I think these look absolutely incredible. Like, there's something about a white wheel that it just shows lots of the lines, the shapes, the detail of the wheel. I mean, this for a piece of metal, Lamborghini, fair play. But these are looking lovely in this white. Super rich. I think it's going to be spot on with the wrap. I cannot wait to get tyres on and get these over to the boys at Dub. This, yeah, Works Will Fix It. Thank you so much and fair play. These are looking epic. All about the little details, a bit of white paint onto the wheel weights, just to get them in a matching shade, just to make it look absolutely perfect. The little things, just like that, straight on. That looks really cool, the tyre, actually. Like, finished product, we're almost there. Another one being done, valve just going back in, tyre ready to go on. Just, yeah, this whole process has been so quick and easy. The boys here are great. If you do need your wheels refurbed, make sure you come down and check out Works Will Fix It. Give them a call, drop them a message. They will look after you. It's just too good. It's just too good. Ready to go, bit of air, bead will pop back up, and then it's ready to go straight onto the Lambo once we get there later on. Right, let's get all the tyres on. I'm going to disappear, find Tom with the Transit, and then we'll come back. 4 wheels with 4 tyres, and then we can get over to Dub and get these fitted onto the car. Back at Whoops, we have all the tyres on, ready to go. So I guess it's time for door shut. Let's go to Dub. Fast forward a little bit, and we are down at Dub with a huge torque wrench, and that's because we have some insane progress being made. We have all 4 wheels back on, as you can see. They've been torqued up properly with a correct procedure, which is torquing at 2600, loosening it off a little bit, and then torquing back up. So we have our white wheels on here, and we have lots of white parts on the car now, which is looking so cool. So down the front, we've got pinstripe, we've obviously got the full sort of moustache. We've got some little additions up here, just on the top of the vents. And then coming around the side, we've got the full side skirt, which is cool. And then we've got the other side going on at the moment. Snorkel up on the roof, looking really, really nice. And then lots of details now towards the rear. The shark fin, pinstripe on that. We've got some pinstripes going across this sort of front side of the wing, with obviously the full end plates, which is just being finished over that side. And then to the rear, which is looking equally as epic. Full sort of rear section as we had with the yellow. And then we've got some white pinstripes along this sort of lower 2 parts here, which I think look really, really good. This is so exciting. White wheels, white accents. This is pretty fun.
Slightly controversial. Pinstripes on the bonnet have now been removed. It was just me that liked them. It was my idea to put them there. Everyone else has said maybe if they're a bit thinner, that would have worked, but with the thickness we've got, and we don't have time to cut more out because we have to leave soon. So those have been removed, but we do have a sticker pack here, which Brad, why don't you talk us through this?
Yep, so this is essentially the sticker pack that you can get from factory, but done for cheaper, and I think in literally any colour you like. Boys, could you do it in chrome?
You could do it in chrome.
There we go.
You could do it in anything bright pink if you wanted to.
Any colour, bright pink, chrome, whatever. Yeah. The guys here at Dub can do it. So if you're interested, you have an STO, give them a shout. We were given the option to put this on.
Yep.
except we're not a big fan, and we know that Tim isn't a big fan either. So do you want to do the honours?
That can come off.
Let's do the same over here, just for an example. But
yeah,
we're going to leave those off. But speaking of the pinstripes and things that we've just been talking about, I wasn't a big fan at the start, thinking about how they would look.
You was very unsure.
Actually seeing this, I think this looks great. I really like the one on the back wing, and I really like the ones on the rear of the car.
Yeah,
so
I love the way the rear wing, it starts on the lower section, comes up to the raised middle section, and then back down. Well, it will come back down to the lower section again.
I'm very happy with this. And you quickly wanted to mention as well about the brake calipers.
Yeah, so just
something we haven't changed.
No, in case anyone notices, obviously the brakes are still yellow. In an ideal world, they would have probably gone black, something along those lines to tie in with the rest of what we've done here. But we had huge difficulty finding temperature or paint that would deal with the temperatures of the CCMRs. So hence why we've left those yellow. It ties in with the bits of the interior anyway. Yeah, so it's a bit mismatched, but we think it works. But for future reference, if you do happen to supply very high temperature paint, do let us know, so maybe in the future we can go more.
Good idea. So I think this gets a big thumbs up from myself, big thumbs up from you.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Boys,
love
big thumbs
it.
up? Yeah. Big thumbs up. Now we just have to hope that we get a big thumbs up from Tim. If I come back and just look at this, because we're almost finished, the final few bits to go and we can head out. Is Tim going to like it? You will find out either very shortly, once we arrive back from a video clip we send Tim, or you'll find out in a future Shmuseum video when he's back from the US and we can get a full reaction. So I guess without further ado, we should finish up here and
go make more V10 noise.
Get some V10 noises. Welcome to a tunnel on the M25. To my right, as you're about to see in shot on the GoPro, is the Huracan STO. Let me just crack the window a little bit. There it is, sounding and looking insane. Let me just pull up back alongside it and see if we can get Tom to hold there, just so you guys can have a really good look at how cool this is. White wheels, white accents, and then some ridiculous noise. Let's hear it. We are back. How cool does this thing look inside the Shmuseum? Like, come on, this is just, this is so epic. Now I guess we should probably find out what Tim thinks.
I guess this is the moment of truth from my hotel room in the USA to see exactly what the guys have done with the STO. Now, they had my blessing, but let's see what the result is like. So, hit the button. Here we go. Oh, that is cool. That has come out perfectly. I'm seeing other details. So we've got the white wheels, we've got all the white around the exterior. The viola bast in the Shmuseum looks amazing. I quite like the flash of yellow from the calipers as well. I'm spotting the diffuser around here and above the number plate as well, the pinstripes. Oh, white and pink. This is so Strad, man. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, it might be a challenge to keep those wheels clean. We shall find out. Good work, Dub. Good work, Whoops. Good work, Tom and Brad. I just can't wait to see that myself. Right, gonna have to get home soon and actually see what it's like in person.
She's home.
I have no words for this.
I know we wouldn't normally do the turned wheel thing, but I think given the circumstances, hence why I've left the wheel turned.
I have no words. This thing looks, I mean, you were saying that you're kind of jealous that you didn't get to see it from the way back, you know? You were having to drive it, whereas I was watching it from the MSRT Transit, just looking at it going, oh my goodness, this thing just looks crazy.
I think it's brilliant that, like, I started this video saying, ultimately, I feel like we're making the car worse than when it had the yellow on it, which ultimately will then make it look quite decent when you look back at photos with the yellow. However, I'm going to completely take back my words and eat them and say, well, this looks 10 times better than the yellow ever did. And I don't know why Tim didn't just do this from the beginning, if I'm honest. Yeah, I think we've nailed it.
This looks insane. Stradman, thank you for your approval of this. We'll have to send him some photos now it's actually done, and hopefully he still approves.
Photos are on the way, James. I know you would have already seen them before. Anyway, they're on the way. But this looks stunning. This is...
I think...
Yeah, fair play to us, fair play to the guys at Dub for smashing this out.
Everyone has smashed it. If you need some wraps that work done, do check out Dub Customs. If you need your wheels done, do check out Whoops Will Fix It. They are the best guys. They are top blokes, and
the turnaround time is nuts. And remember, if you do happen to have an STO and you're missing the decal pack, do give the guys at Dub a call. They can sort you out with the factory sticker pack there. But I think this looks 10 times better. We've nailed it. We have absolutely nailed it. I don't think we could have done better if we'd have actually tried to make it good in the beginning. And like I say, there was a bit of a joke. We were like, let's make it even worse than the yellow. But actually, I don't think any other colour would look better.
No, and again, looks are subjective. I'm sure there's some people that go, what on earth have you done? I don't like it.
Oh, for sure. For sure. There's going to be a load of people that absolutely hate this. Mr. Hammond, what do you now think of it now that we've removed the yellow? Please, I'd love to see another Drive Tribe video.
But we're going to have to see if we can get Mike from Drive Tribe to show Hammond this, even if it's not on a video, just to see what he thinks now we've changed it.
We need to see Hammond's reaction now. What does he think it's even more atrocious than he already did? Or actually, has he said, okay, you've added a little bit of class to that thing?
Oh, tough. Anyway, I think that's mission success.
I think so.
Huracan STO, Viola Bass now with white accents, white wheels, looking insane. Is it time to head home?
I think it is. I think me and you will turn this one off, get that parked up, take some pictures and stuff, get it parked up, and then head home. So for now, hopefully you guys have enjoyed coming along the transformation of the STO and the surprise of Tim. Until next time.